Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mike from Cornfield Customs, and this is going to be a little bit different of a video. We're going to talk about the past 10 years of me doing classes here at my shop and working with Kyle Yoakum and Carl Fisher, and some of the classes we've done with Bailey Industrial and other trade shows. So stick around as we get interviews from Jamie, who's been behind the scenes all these years, and we actually just had a metal shaping class over the weekend, and one of the students wanted to be in the video, so he's going to give us some feedback before he took the class and after the class. So I haven't seen that yet, so I'll see it when we edit this video here in a little bit. But first off, I'm going to let Jamie talk about what she has seen over the years, and then we'll get into that interview with John, and then from there, I'll do a little bit of a recap at the end. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this gives you some insight into the past 10 years of doing metal shaping classes.
Hey, I'm Jamie Wagner, I'm Mike's wife. I just wanted to talk a little bit about classes and give some history to that. So Mike and I were talking the other day, and it's crazy to think it's been probably 10 plus years of Mike doing classes. So we started offering classes years ago. I think the first couple classes were with Kyle Yoakum is how it started. And Kyle's now out of North Carolina, I think. But at the time we were pretty young and thought it'd be a good idea to host classes and see what we could do. I think in the beginning too, they were big, really big classes, probably 15 to 20 people in each class. We would host them for all day Saturday, all day Sunday. With Kyle was the co-host with Mike, and they'd have a plan and do projects. And we started to kind of realize a couple things throughout. Mike would go back and forth. So like sometimes the classes would be at our shop, and then the next time around they'd be at Kyle's shop and vice versa. We found we tend to get a really good turnout at our classes. Our shop is a little bit more centrally located than Kyle's. Since we are on the east side of Cincinnati, our shop is probably 5 minutes from the highway, 30 minutes from the airport, 5 minutes from a hotel, 5 minutes from lunch, that kind of stuff. So it's just easier to get around and navigate our side of town a little bit better. So we had started to realize we had better turnouts with our classes. And then Kyle just got busy, and he's a proud dad with lots of children. So life just got busy for us with that, and we just kept on hosting classes. Other piece that's kind of evolved with classes is that people have been coming from all over the world, which is crazy and exciting. I think this was probably about 2 years ago. Mike had a guy come from Australia, and I was like, Mike was telling me, hey, he's from Australia, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, well, when did he move to the United States? Because Mike has some other friends that are from New Zealand that have been in the country for 20 years. So was my impression. He's like, no, Jamie, he came this weekend. He came yesterday, and he flew from Australia on a Thursday, got here on a Thursday, took the classes till Sunday, flew out Monday, which to us is still kind of wild that somebody wanted to do that. So on that side of it, it makes me see the value that people see in what Mike does and his classes, which is pretty cool. The other piece we kind of figured out with classes as well is Mike now does like a Friday night meet and greet, which we found that in the beginning it was kind of hard to get the classes actually started on time because people wanted to, first they need to get the lay of the land. They need to know where things are in the shop, where's the bathroom, where are tools that I might need. But people, and at this point, we're pretty numb to what the shop is, and a lot of other people aren't. They haven't seen all the crazy stuff we have on the walls, and they just want to take some time to absorb it and look around, which is wonderful. But now we know that, so Mike builds that into the Friday night time. So that way people can just take time and look around, and it's not impacting the flow of the class. So we learned that pretty early on as well, and that gives people time to kind of navigate. And the beginning of the classes too, Mike usually asks folks like, hey, what kind of equipment do you have in your own home shop, or do you have a shop? Or sometimes we get businesses that send their workers to us to take a class. So it's more of like, hey, what tools do you have available? And then understanding what people use at home or at their business on a regular basis. Mike then can kind of tailor the class to what works best for a lot of people in the class. Like if he were to get 10 people who all had power hammers, then maybe he might skip the hammer and dolly section, or not go into as much detail and spend more time on power hammers, that kind of thing. Or the vice versa. It tends to be vice versa, and a lot more time on hand tools and patterning. We always get really good feedback that the patterning piece of the class is the best, or at least the most impactful for people. That's usually what I hear. Yeah, so I've not really had any negative feedback, or if there is negative feedback, they're not going to tell me usually, which I understand too. But yeah, people tend to have a great time. Usually people rave about it and thank us, and they really seem to appreciate the patterning and learning how to do different things and trusting the process and just getting Mike's feedback on different things too. So I've also been with Mike to the classes at SEMA and then also to the classes at Bailey, and those are set up differently. So the classes with Bailey too, they tend to have multiple instructors, and each of the instructors do like an overview of a machine or a part and talk through that piece. So they are set up differently than our classes. I think Mike goes into more detail with paper patterning than what they do at Bailey. And then Bailey just has a large arrangement of different people from all over the country too. So it's a different opportunity. And then SEMA, the SEMA class was kind of crazy because it was outside at SEMA. The show is going on, and they're teaching a class with Daytona buck, and they were making skins for the buck, and everybody got to do that. They ended up skinning the car twice, I think, with the amount of people they had and the amount of work they could do. So that was just a good learning experience, I think, for the people that signed up for that as well. So during the class at SEMA, the other part that was crazy is we had a really big crowd of people just watching and seeing what was going on, which was good exposure too, I think, for the metal shaping industry as well, because a lot of car people in SEMA is all kinds of car people, right? Not just hot rod, land speed, any kind of car people are at SEMA. So they get to see all of this equipment and see what it's actually used for in application. So I think that was really good as well, just to give that Bailey that exposure, but the metal shaping industry that exposure too, just for the general public who doesn't normally see that kind of stuff. Yeah, while we're thinking about all the events that Mike has done, SEMA, that one year had a class, but there's been multiple years he's gone to SEMA with Bailey and showcased the machinery, as well as done demonstrations at World of Wheels Cincinnati and Milwaukee too. He's gone to those different places and shared his knowledge with the general population, so that's pretty cool. And it's been really interesting to see it come from 10 years ago at our old shop, trying to see if people even wanted to come to these types of things, to evolving and making them better, and people coming from across the world. It's awesome to see that, and we hope to keep them going and hope they're valuable to people. Yeah, it's been a wild ride to see where it's gone over the last 10 years, and we hope to see it keep growing in the future, and that other people find it valuable, and that the industry can keep growing.
My name's John Clarides, and I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Okay. So what are you most excited about for the class?
Just to learn. This has always been my dream, is to build a car, and learn metal fabrication. But life and business and family has taken you one direction. Now I'm at the age that I can afford the time to travel and learn different things from great craftsmen.
Awesome, yeah. And so what do you hope to learn?
Wow.
Loaded question.
It's a loaded question. There's so many things to learn. Just basic hand tools, how to use an English wheel properly, power hammer, little tips and tricks, things of that nature. I've taken copious amounts of notes from other YouTube videos that I've watched from Mike's, but being here in person is going to just finish it off for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how did you find out about the class?
Instagram, I believe, and then I looked at his website and just went from there.
Okay, awesome. So some of this you might have answered a little bit, but do you have any special projects or anything particularly that you're looking to like apply learnings from the class while maybe at home?
Yes. I have a 65 Mustang Fastback Pro
Okay.
Touring that I had built. I want to get another 67, 68 Fastback and apply what I've learned here, the mistakes I made in my first car, and remedy them in my second car.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the hands-on, hopefully the hands-on
Absolutely.
learning will help.
Yep.
And
you know, hopefully he'll offer more courses, and I'll have to twist
Yeah.
my arm, and now I'll have to come down again.
yeah, awesome.
There's, I mean, this is a business or a hobby that you never stop learning at.
Yeah.
Sadly, I started a little bit too late in my life, so I wish I started earlier. But this is for you know, my retirement and my enjoyment and peace of mind. So whatever I can learn in the next 10 or 15 or 20 years, I'm happy for it. And if Mike can be part of that, then great.
Yeah, awesome. I think that's part of it too. Is like just never stop
Learning
in general.
Keeps
in
this
life.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad's 99 and he's still going. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we will do a follow-up after the class and see how everything went and see if you have any other feedback.
I'll give you an update.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, it's post-class. Thoughts?
Class was great. Mike knows way too much. And I realize I've got a lot of work to do. Just go slow and, one simple project at a time, and move from there. And he's always available to answer an email or answer a question. So I'm looking forward to taking on my next project. It was great. It was fun.
Do you have any like big takeaways?
Yeah, I know nothing. Which I knew that. I knew that already. Oh man, God, it's just there's so much to learn. Using some of the equipment and just learning the what's the word I'm looking for? Elements of metal and how to work it, and pattern making was really good too. I really enjoyed that part of it. So I learned a lot about that, and wow, it's just a lot. There's a lot there, a lot to take in.
So would you recommend it? Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, of course I'd recommend the course.
Awesome.
I mean, you have to start somewhere, and just walking around the shop, you're just in awe of what he's done in the project and what he's built over the years. So yeah, absolutely, I'd recommend it, and I'd take it again.
Awesome. Okay. Anything you think you're going to apply when you get home, like immediately, or just
Yeah,
the basics?
I'm building a console for my '65 Mustang. So I asked him a whole bunch of questions because it's a little bit of a pro touring car, so it's not the regular standard console. So how to attach it, how to weld it, how to build the glove box on it. So I helped. That helped quite a bit.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
So for me, over the past 10 years plus at this point, I think I've been doing classes with Bailey for about 15 years, which is crazy to think. But like I said, at the end of this year, the end of 2025, will make 10 years I have been doing classes either on my own or with Kyle Yoakum or one other instructor. So it's really been a crazy ride. I mean, we usually do at least 4 classes a year. So, over 10 years, all of the students that have come from all over the world, like even just this last class, we had somebody from British Columbia, Canada, we had New York, we had Utah, we had Texas, and we had 2 local guys. So people come from all over the place. And to me, it's extremely humbling to see where people come from. I know Jamie mentioned that we had some people come from Australia that came just for the class. I mean, we've had people from all over, and it's incredibly humbling that people travel here to hear what I have to say and see the techniques that I use and take them home and put them into practice. And hopefully hearing from Jamie and John with their experiences with the classes, over the past 10 years with Jamie and, John taking the class over the weekend coming in from Canada, hopefully that gives you a little insight into what we do, and just seeing my growth as a teacher or an instructor it's just been crazy. At the beginning, started the first Bailey class I can remember, I mainly taught bead roller work, and I was more nervous than I'd ever been in my life to teach something to a group of 20 to 25 people. And now, when we do the SEMA stuff, there's hundreds of people, sometimes thousands in the crowd. Like when we did the Daytona bodies, I mean, it was a sea of people all day, and that nervousness is still there, but it's way less than it used to be, because I can have that confidence in myself that I can articulate the knowledge that I'm trying to get across to the people. So that nervousness, just how it's changed over the years, and my public speaking, and even you guys might see this, from the difference in beginning videos years ago versus videos that are more current. I feel a lot more comfortable talking to you guys behind the screen and even in public. So all of that stuff's changed, and just seeing my skill set as a craftsman grow and being able to teach that as I go is really incredible. And just like Jamie said, I'm super excited to see where things are going to go in the future, especially as I'm getting ready to head to Australia to teach classes in Sydney for the next month. To me, I never would have thought that would be a possibility. You tell 20-year-old Mike, before you're 40 years old, you're going to be flying around the world to spend a month in another country teaching metal shaping to people that follow you online and want your knowledge and want all this information. I never would have believed that. So it's just crazy to see how a small guy from Milford, Ohio, just worked really hard and worked on getting information out to people, how that's changed and turned into a really good teaching experience for me, and getting to meet a lot of you guys out in the world and help you grow your skill set and be able to work on your projects at home to the quality where you want to be. So it's been a very life-changing experience being able to do these classes, here with Kyle Yoakum, with Carl Fisher. Nick Calgaro's coming down next year. I've met a lot of really good people through the years, doing classes and demonstrations at trade shows. It's just been a really wild ride, and I never thought that I would be able to do that. Meeting people that I read about in magazines and read their tech articles on how to be better. Now we communicate somewhat regularly. I talk to Ron Cavell pretty frequently, and just doing these things has really opened the doors and let me branch out in the community. And I feel very fortunate that I'm able to give back to the community in the ways that I can. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I know it's not the normal type where I'm actually teaching how to do a certain task or a process or demonstrating something, but I thought you guys might like to see a little bit behind the scenes and some insight into where we've come along the years with all of our classes and being able to teach the information that we do. So if you're still watching, I greatly appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you're still here. I want to thank you for all the continued support on our YouTube channel, and all the comments, likes, shares, all of that stuff go a really long way. And if you like what we're doing here and you want to help support the channel more, we do have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Cornfield Customs. And if you sign up to be a patron, that's going to get you access to our Discord server. So we have 2 tiers on the Discord. We have a general chat, and then we also have a deeper dive chat where we can talk about your projects, tool talk, question and answer, all of that stuff. So if you want to support the channel and get some knowledge as you go, head on over to patreon.com/Cornfield Customs. Sign up to be a patron. It's going to help support this channel so we can keep pumping out good content that you guys want, and it gets you access to that private server so we can have solid discussions with like-minded people, and we don't have to deal with all the BS that goes on other social media platforms. So I'm really trying to build a community where everyone can come together, we can share information, share ideas, and work together to get everybody the information they need. So if you want to check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. If not, I just appreciate you guys being here, supporting the channel, and I hope it continues to grow. Me and Jamie are working really hard to get all the content you guys want. So again, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you haven't done so, check out some of the other great content, and I'm going to get back to work. So again, thank you guys so much, and we will catch you on the next one.